Hi, good morning, everyone. So this is Srinivas. So we are looking at Oracle Fusion HCM a demo presentation. Before starting the session, just giving brief about myself. I have overall 13 years of experience in ERP implementations. So out of that, I was into EBS about around 7 years or 8 years, and then 4 5 years I have been working in Oracle Fusion Cloud. Okay, so coming to the implementations, I have done 3 implementations and 1 testing and 2 support projects. Yeah. Can you just brief me about yourself, Mahesh and Vineet, so that we can continue the session?
Yeah, hi sir. My name is Manik and I'm having 3 years of experience in non-IT.
Mahesh, you speak little louder.
Yeah, sir. I'm having 3 years of experience in non-IT.
Sorry, I'm unable to hear. I think you must unmute yourself. Vineet, can you tell me about yourself? So do you have any experience? Okay. So okay, Mahesh, I think. So, hi, yes, Vineet, go ahead. You can unmute yourself and you can talk to me. Anyway, okay, we'll continue. Okay, so this is how we are going to take the training. First, we are going to talk about the topics, concepts of Oracle Fusion HCM, wherein we are going to cover all those things in the current demo. And next class onwards, we are starting our training. Okay. So if you look at the Fusion training, okay, this is what we have. We are going to talk about HR processes, then Fusion HCM, cloud models, functional setup manager, FSM, and security console. Okay, these are the basic things that we are going to cover as a part of this training. Because directly stepping into Oracle Fusion Cloud is a little bit difficult for the people who are new to ERP and even new to HR. So what we are doing here is, first we are going to talk about the generic HR, what exactly HR is, what are we doing in HR activities, how the HR is integrating with other modules, and then we will step into the ERP systems, how many ERP systems we have, and how they are going to help in day-to-day HR activities. Then we will step into the Fusion HCM, how it is evolution happened, and so on. So these things are basic things we are going to cover as a part of this demo. And these are the modules that we are going to cover as a part of this training. We are going to cover global HR, absence management, payroll, and then there is a module called talent management, which has 4 sub-modules: profile management, which is a workforce profile, talent review, goal management, and performance management. Okay, these are the modules that we are going to cover as a part of this training. Okay, if anyone has any questions, just stop me and then we will discuss, no problem. Otherwise, we can discuss in the end of this session if you feel that you have a lot of questions to ask. Yeah, coming to the Oracle HR suite. Okay, I know I don't know how many of you are working in HR or working in any ERP in HR. Maybe few people are, most of the people are non-HR background, non-IT and non-HR background. So let us discuss about the HR suite. What are we doing in HR? What is HR? HR is a human capital or human resource or human capital management, wherein you are actually managing a resource. Resource. What is a resource? Resource can be anything which is going to help in your day-to-day life. That can be a human, that can be a things like your laptop, your desktop, your mobile. Everything is here is a resource. So in any organization, the human resource is very important, wherein who actually run their business. So that entire human resource is going to be handled by a department called human resource department. So which is very crucial in any organization. Okay. So that HR processes is hire to retire process. In any company, if you go, it starts with hiring, it ends with retiring or termination or leaving the organization. Basically, it is exiting from the organization in any form of the exit thing. Like it can be a termination, because of the termination, the person is exiting from the organization, or because of retirement or any other reason. So basically, this process is called hire to retire process, which is going to cover all your modules, all your business processes in the HR. Yeah. Now we'll talk about general HR. What do we have here? So it starts with hiring. Okay, hiring in the sense recruitment. So generally, what happens in any organization? They are, if any organization, they will see is there any opening position available. If say yes, then they are going to publish an ad and they are going for recruitment. That's where your HR starts. Okay, so they are going to conduct a lot of trainings, lot of interviews, shortlisting process. Then finally they are going to select the people. So all those things are part of your recruitment activities. So whatever we are doing now, we are applying job, we are getting calls, we are sending our profiles. They are going to shortlist the profiles and they are going to call you for the interview. All these things are going to be covered in the recruitment process. So this entire process is going to be covered by a module called ORC in our cloud, which is the Oracle Recruitment Cloud. We are going to talk about all these modules later. Yeah, but I'm just trying to link how our HR business processes are aligned with Oracle Fusion Cloud or whatever ERP modules. So here the recruitment activities will be covered under recruitment module. Then once employee, as an organization, you hired an employee. Then what do you do then? That employee is going to be onboarded into organization. He is going to join your organization. So what is onboarding here? Onboarding is nothing but as soon as you joined into your organization, how do you know that where to work, how to work, whom to talk, whom to work? Okay, so okay, I joined with, let's say for example, I joined in TCS. So tomorrow is my joining date. So I go to the organization, TCS company. So as soon as you enter into the organization, how do you know that where you wanted to sit, how you are going to work, where is your system, where is your laptop or desktop, who is your manager, who are your colleagues, what is your project? So nothing will be known, right? You don't know anything before entering into that particular company. So this onboarding business process, whoever is there in the department, onboarding department, they are going to take care about all these things. As soon as they knows that employee is joining today, they will keep ready all things which are necessary for you to do your job. For example, they will keep your system ready. They will keep your desktop or your laptop or desktop, whatever, based on a requirement. They will arrange it. The desk where you sit, and they will provide some sort of material what to do, and they are going to provide some details like who is your current manager, whom to report. All those sort of things are going to be provided by a department called onboarding department, so that it will be easy for you to straight away go to your company and then start doing your job. So usually this recruitment and onboarding, these two generally work together, because obviously, right, recruitment, as soon as recruitment hires employees, then they are going to send this entire details to onboarding department. Otherwise, onboarding department will not know anything, who is going to join, what to arrange, when to arrange, all those things they don't know. So this onboarding team is going to take care about your joining formalities. Okay. So these things are going to be covered a module called recruitment module. Then once employee joins into the organization. So currently what we are talking here, we are talking only the general HR process. Still we are not going to talk about Oracle Cloud or any ERP system. No, nothing. We are just talking about common HR process in any organization, not specific to one company or one industry. Okay. Now stop me if you see anything needs to be again rediscussed or anything needs to be explained, or you feel that I want more explanation in that. We will do it. No problem. Stop me whenever you feel. Okay. Now coming to the our process. Once employee join into the organization, then what they do? He start working. So that employee administration is going to be handled. Okay. As soon as I join into the TCS, what they will do? They will create my employee record in their organization. They are going to allocate my employee number. They are going to capture all my details, like what is my name, what is my date of birth, whether I'm married or single, who is my current manager, in which department I am working, what is my position there. Okay, all what is my salary, how many leaves I have. So everything is going to be maintained in their system. The TCS is, for example, I'm taking as a TCS. So TCS is going to capture all my details, my personal details, my employment details, like which department I am working, who is my manager, things like that. So this entire employee administration is going to be handled by a module called Global Human Resource or Core HR. This module is a very crucial module and a very important module to learn, because this is where uh, your actual implementation starts. Any ERP I'm talking. Excuse me. Okay. So employee administration is going to be handled by core HR module, wherein is going to maintain your in the sense employee personal data and employment data. Okay. Now, once employee joins, okay, the company has captured your entire information, then you start doing your job, right? So every month you are supposed to get your salary. How are you going to get your salary? So that salary payments is going to be taken care by a department called payroll department. So as soon as you joined into the organization, the core HR team, they capture your details, right? They will send the information to payroll department. So payroll department is the responsible for all employees salary payments. So what they do, they every month they are going to look at your details, like whether you are working a whole month or not, are you applying any leave, any loss of pay, all those things they will consider. Do you take any loan, salary advance? So all those things they will consider, and accordingly they will process employee salaries, and they will paid employee salaries. So this entire section is going to be maintained by payroll department. In between your HR and payroll, there is a department called absence department. Usually absence is going to be taken care by payroll, but coming to our implementation, our ERP, absence management is a different module, wherein it is going to handle your leave details. You join an organization, so usually what happens? Okay, I have so many sick leaves, I have so many annual leaves, I have maternity leave, paternity leave, yeah, special leaves. All these different types of leaves will be available depending on to the company to company. Maybe all companies may not have the same kind of leaves. Every company will have its own attendance system or leave system. So the entire absence management, the attendance, leaves, loss of pays is going to be handled by a module called absence management. So Up to here, we covered like employee joins into the organization, sorry, recruitment, and then joins into the organization, then his data administration, his salary payment, his attendance or absence management. So this is the process that we have until here. And what I'm doing here, we are going to align our ERP or our Fusion modules to each and every process here. This process is going to, these two processes are going to be taken care by ORC module in cloud. Attendance is going to be taken care by absence management. Payroll run is going to be taken care by payroll department. Okay, employee has joined into the organization and then he started working, and every month he's um, based on his requirement, he's applying leaves, and every month he's getting his salary because payroll is running for him. Okay, now what next in the HR? Your increments, right? So once you finish your year, depending on organization to organization, they will conduct a performance management, performance appraisals, wherein you wait for your increments. So how is it going to be happen? So they are going to evaluate your performance during the year. Based on what? So you, me, and another person, we three are working in an organization, right? So I worked the entire. We all three have joined on 1st of January 2020, for example. So on 31st December 2020, our organization or our management would like to see our performance during this year. Based on what? How do they know that we are performing a very good or maybe normal or exceed expectations or whatever? So we will be given certain targets. We will be given certain objectives for this year. So we start working to achieve those goals, those objectives, those targets. End of the year, based on the targets assigned to you, based on the goals, based on the objectives assigned to you, your management is going to evaluate you based on those things. And then they will give some ratings, and all those things are going to be happened. They will give some increments based on your performance and all. So this entire thing is going to be handled by a module called performance management or talent management. Okay, now once they conduct your appraisal process or your increments, so some people will be identified as maybe in their skills there is a lot of gap. For example, you joined as a HR executive, fresher, for example, yeah, or HR manager. At the time of joining, your communication skills, I mean, generally HR manager meaning the communication skills are should be excellent. The people management skills should be excellent. The team management skills should be excellent, right? So these are the requirements for the HR manager position. As an individual person, you may not be that good in communication. I mean, yes, you are very good, but you are not excellent. People management skills, because you are a fresher, maybe you don't have that much, but you know the people, how to handle people. So in any recruitment process, in any organization, they will not get exact match candidates, right? Here and there, they will lack certain skills, but still organization feels that, okay, this person may fit for this requirement, and then they will hire him. And during this appraisal process, they are going to identify, okay, this position demands excellent leadership skills, excellent people communication skills. But as an employee, yes, you are not excellent. You may be good or very good, or sometimes you are not having that particular knowledge. So what they do, our organization, they will see that particular thing as a gap. Okay, the position demands excellent communication skill, but as an employee, you are working in that position having a normal communication skill. So that's where your training requirements comes into the picture. That is called training need analysis. They will compare your position requirements and what are the skills that you have. And okay, there is a lack, there is a gap between these two. Like that, in the entire organization, they are going to identify the gaps, and then they will come up with training. So that one is going to be taken care by learning management module. Finally, okay, this is a cycle in the organization, and finally employee is going to be resigned or leaving the organization, or sometimes termination due to some misconduct and all. So this is called your hire to retire process. You take any organization, whatever process any organization has, they will fall across these processes. Okay, so any questions here? Mahesh, Ayappa and Vineet, do you have any questions here?
Sir, in this course, we'll be dealing with functional as well as technical or only functional.
Sorry, I think there is some issue with your mic, Mahesh. Okay, fine. So now let's move on. We just talked about the different business process that are there in the HR. Now look at the integrated business process. So we talked about HR process, right? For example, recruitment, employee hiring. Then we talked about the payroll. We talked about asset management. Yeah. Uh, yes, Mahesh, this is a functional training. This will be a functional training. But yes, I am going to cover a little bit. I mean, it's not a technical training. Definitely, it's not a technical training. But yes, I'm going to cover little technical objectives, like how to load the data. Okay, maybe some small example we will take, job or position. We are going to load the data. We will see in the real time how to load the data. We will take a couple of records, and then we will load the data. So that is one objective, one technical objective we are going to cover, data loading. Another one is I'm going to take you to one approval process, and I'm going to take one scenario, and then I will configure that approvals, maybe for leave absence management. That is another thing that we are going to cover. Okay, and I'm going to show you how the BI is going to be appeared. BI publisher, which is a completely technical thing. But yes, I am going to just open that screens and okay, how to create a report, or how to open existing report, things like that. We are not going to talk how to create a report, but I'm going to show you where to go, how to check on that. So these things I'm going to cover as a part of this training. Though they are not completely technical, but yes, they are definitely very needful for your function. Okay. Okay. So now coming back to our integrated HR business process. So we talked about recruitment, we talked about basic HR data, performance, talent, a lot of things we talked here. Now, why this? What is this integrated business process? Think that, uh, as we discussed, each and every business process is going to be taken care by different set of people, right? Hiring is going to be taken care hiring department. Your recruiters and all, they are going to take care about recruitment. Your data management is going to be taken care by HR in any organization I'm talking. And your salary is going to be processed by some other department, payroll department. Your appraisals are going to be taken care by appraisal team. Now imagine everything is going to be handled manually. But forget about softwares, forget about ERP systems, forget about these clouds or any SAP, nothing. I'm talking about a general manual process. So as soon as you hire an employee as a recruiter, you will have his data, right? Now what you should do, you have to send this data to HR team. Otherwise, how do they know that you hire an employee? Now the HR team, what they does, they capture your entire information, your your basic details, your spouse or whatever, you married, not married, things like that. They are going to capture. Okay, done. Then end of the month, how are you getting your salary? Because payroll department doesn't know that you hired, because your hiring is taken care by recruitment, and then core HR team, they enter the data in, they enter in their own systems. Payroll is using some other system, right? Payroll processing. How do they know that? Unless and until my HR team sent whoever is joined in the month, they will send that the joining data to our payroll department. Then they have to enter your details again there in the payroll system. Then they will process. How do training department knows that you joined in the organization? So meaning they are all diversified. They are non-integrated systems. So that's where our ERP system comes into the picture. Still, I'm not talking about cloud. Still, I'm not talking about SAP. Still, I'm not talking about Oracle, whatever EBS or. I'm talking about ERP system, any ERP. That can be a SAP, that can be a cloud, that can be EBS or anything. So this ERP system is going to integrate all these modules together. Okay. So what happens as soon as I enter in my employees details, like basic details, automatically payroll department will be able to access the data because it is a one system, right? It is not a diversified or a non-integrated system. It is only one system. So when I enter employee data, automatically payroll department also access that. Training department also access that. So this ERP system is going to integrate all these business processes. Not only I'm not talking about HCM. Think finance point of view, supply chain point of view. Sometimes they also need your data, right? Finance department. So if they are not using different system, if they are using one system, everything is there in the system. They can access based on anyway roles and all that we will take later. We will talk later. Here my point is everything is integrated through your ERP system. That's why the ERP has become more and more and more and more important these not these days, from last 2 decades, because of the integrations. So you hire an employee, automatically a personal core HR team, they will be able to access your data. They can just add more details. Automatically payroll department access your data. Again, they don't need to enter your names and all. The data is already there. Only all they will enter is your salary. That's it. Okay, this is called integrated business process. Now, coming to our evolution of your fusion. So ERP system we talked about, right? Any ERP system. Now, how this Oracle Fusion comes into the picture? How this fusion evaluation happens? Okay, so now if you look at ERPs outside, we have a lot of ERP systems available. SAP is one of the ERP system. Workday, Oracle EBS, which is called Oracle E-Business Suite. Your PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, a lot of ERP systems. They are all different ERP systems that are available in the outside market. Now, what Oracle does is, in order to compete with other ERP systems, Oracle has its own ERP system called Oracle E-Business Suite. That is also one of the ERP's enterprise resource planning. So that is also one of the ERP system, which is very, very popular, Oracle E-Business Suite. That product is developed by Oracle. Okay. Now, as I said, other than Oracle, other than SAP, we also have different ERP systems called like PeopleSoft is one system. JD Edwards is another system. Siebel is another system. So what Oracle does is it start acquiring all these companies. It start buying all these companies. What it is? Oracle bought PeopleSoft. Oracle bought JD Edwards. Oracle bought Siebel. Recently, I think it has bought another system, which is not related to our ERP anyway. So when they are just 1 second, yeah, sorry. So it start buying the companies, and it bought PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, and everything. Now slowly, what Oracle does, it has taken all the strong points of each and every system, and then it developed one new product called Fusion application. So e-business suite is very, very strong in finance. PeopleSoft is very, very strong for HR. JD Edwards is also strong in finance and other things. So it has come up with a product called Fusion Applications. That is how it has your Oracle Fusion Cloud comes into the picture. Now, slowly, what Oracle is doing now, it is not giving support for PeopleSoft, because it doesn't make any sense. You as an Oracle yourself, you have a competition, right? Oracle e-business suite is Oracle one, Oracle PeopleSoft is also Oracle one, now cloud is also Oracle one. You are creating competitors within yourself, which no company wants. So because of this Oracle Fusion Cloud new application, slowly it is diluting these products, discontinuing these products. I know for sure that Oracle has announced already stop supporting to PeopleSoft. We are hearing news, but not confirmed news that it's very soon. It is also going to stop e-business suite, but there is no official confirmation from Oracle. So that's how Oracle Fusion application has come. Now we are talking about Oracle Fusion Cloud, cloud. Everyone is talking about cloud. What is cloud here? What do you mean by cloud? I know that Oracle Fusion application, okay, you understand by this point that, okay, it is also one of the ERP system to, whether it is a HCM or finance or supply chain, you are using this Fusion application to do your business process or to do your business transaction. That is, okay, understandable. Then, but we are talking about Oracle Fusion Cloud. What is cloud here? Okay, that's what we are going to talk about, Oracle Cloud models. Yeah. So what is cloud? What do you mean by cloud in general? So cloud is cloud, right? Okay. So basically, when you have any system, I'm talking about organization perspective. If you are having any system or any software, layman terminology, software, where it is going to be? It is going to be in the local service. Suppose my company is a TCS company where I have SAP, for example, or I have other ERP system, any system I'm using for our day-to-day business activities, transactions. So that software, layman terminology, I'm using the word called software. That particular software is installed in TCS premise only, right? TCS office only. By sitting at home, I'm sitting here, I cannot access that software which is there in the TCS from here. You have to go to office in order to access that, or you have to have a remote access to that particular application which is there in the TCS organization, building, whatever. So that is what we used to have around 6-7 years back. Every organization, they have to maintain the servers in order to install the softwares, otherwise ERP systems, so that they can start doing the business transactions. So in EBS also, Oracle EBS also one of the ERP, right? I talked about it. So that when we are implementing ERP systems in 4-5 years back and earlier days, uh, for example, I am implementing for a client called X. What X has to do in order to implement EBS? They have to buy servers to maintain that Oracle database. They have to maintain the database. They have to maintain the database administrators, so that that EBS system can be installed in their premise, and then we go there, we implement there, we come back, and they start using that application. Now, because this cloud model have come into the picture, what we can do? We can access from anywhere. So by sitting at home, I can access my office application. Yeah. So that is called cloud. Okay. Otherwise, a small example, but the powerful example, the best. cloud application is your Gmail. What do you do? Are you going to maintain Gmail application in your laptop? We all using Gmail, right? So are you going to install Gmail when before using the Gmail? Are you going to install anywhere in your local laptop? No, right? Are you going to maintain any server for your Gmail at your home? No. Then how? Simply you are accessing in internet, Gmail, and then you are accessing all your files, your mails, your applications, your attachments, anything where you put in that particular application, right? So that is a best cloud example. Gmail is a cloud application. Where is it then? That server is somewhere in US or UK or wherever the Gmail is maintaining that servers. All we are doing is wherever in the world we are just open the application and then we are accessing all our files. So this is called cloud. You're not going to maintain anything. You're not going to maintain any application, any database, any servers, nothing. It is just a link. You enter, you access the data, and then you log out. So this is called cloud. Here in the cloud models, we have multiple cloud models available given by Oracle. So coming, but implementation point of view, we don't need to worry about all these cloud models. Though we have all these cloud models, maybe for interview sake of or interview purpose or other purpose, we need to understand what is this cloud models and all. But most of our implementations currently are happening in SaaS model. SaaS is nothing but software as a service. So we are going to talk about all these cloud models one by one, and then because I'm not going to cover much here, but yeah, I'm going to explain what are all these models, and then maybe this is the best example. Best slide to explain all these cloud models. So we have SaaS cloud, PaaS cloud, IaaS cloud, software as a solution, or software as a service cloud, platform as a service cloud, infrastructure as a service cloud. So these cloud models are offering by Oracle. Okay. So what is SaaS cloud? We will go by one. Now whatever we are talking from now onwards, we are talking about Oracle Fusion application only. We are not talking about in generic like HR, everything is done. Now from here onwards, we are talking about only a Fusion application, Fusion cloud application. Okay. Now here we have multiple cloud models. So in SaaS model, software as a service model. SaaS is nothing but software as a service. PaaS is nothing but platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. So if you look at the next slide, it will be easy for you to understand. Software as a service cloud. Software as a service cloud. What is this? So as a client, suppose my organization is a X organization. Okay, I have a company. I have started a new company called X company, where I have 1,000 employees working in my organization. So initially, when I have 10 people, 20 people, it will be very easy for me to handle those 20 or 30 people. Since that headcount is increasing to 500 to 1,000, now I have a resource of 2,000 employees working in my organization. It is very, very difficult for me to handle all these people, maintaining their data, maintaining the salaries, maintaining their payments, all these things. So what I'm doing, I just go for Oracle. I started implementing Oracle Fusion application. Okay, now we will have as a client. So I will be called as a client. So what we are doing? We are implementing SaaS model platform. No, it's not going to work. So you talk to Oracle. You always buy a SaaS license. So software as a service cloud. On top of that, you are going to take all these service licenses if you wanted to implement. But this is mandatory. Software as a service cloud model. So you cannot say that you cannot go to Oracle and say, no, I wanted to implement a platform as a service model. Give a license only for this. Oracle is not going to give that. So it is always software as a service license, meaning Oracle is going to maintain everything. So what I'm doing as a client, I am just paying some X amount for the license and the number of users. That's it. You see, applications, data, middleware, server, storage, networking, all these things are going to be maintained by Oracle only. Nothing is going to be maintained by client. I don't need to buy servers. I don't need to buy database. I don't need to maintain database administrators or middleware. Nothing. Even I don't need to maintain my data because everything is going to be maintained by Oracle. So what I will do, I will pay some X amount or Y amount for that maintenance, and I will get license for that, and also I have to pay some amount for number of users. As simple as it is. Like I said, Gmail. So that is called software as a service given by Oracle. Now on top of that, you will have platform as a service. What is this platform as a service? The application is and the data is going to be maintained by client, me. I am going to maintain the application. I am going to maintain the data, but remaining all are going to be maintained by Oracle. Then infrastructure, you can see here, these things are going to be maintained by me, and these things are going to be maintained by Oracle. Now on-premise is nothing but everything is going to be maintained by me only as a client. Nothing is going to be maintained by Oracle. So you have to buy servers, you have to buy application, you have to buy storage space, networking, middleware, everything you need to buy. Now let's talk about why SaaS model, why not IaaS model, or why IaaS model, why not SaaS model. Okay. Now imagine nowadays anyway, everyone is implementing SaaS model, SaaS cloud. The advantage of SaaS model is you don't need to spend a lot of time in that, and you don't need to spend a lot of money in that as a client. Okay. So what does that mean? Meaning, as I said, you just have to pay a license fee and you just have to pay users fee. You don't need to buy servers. You don't need to pay for any database administrators. You don't need to, keep separate space to maintain the servers and all. Nothing. So here the cost is minimum. It is a cost-effective model. It is a cost-effective model. But that other side is you are not allowed to do a lot of customizations because it is in the cloud and maintaining by Oracle. As a client, you cannot do whatever you want. Suppose I wanted to change this page. I wanted to change this entire content on the page. No, this is not possible because Oracle is maintaining. So you will have less control over the customizations. But you have a lot of flexibility to access that data from anywhere. That is called SaaS model. So nowadays, most of the implementations are handling by SaaS model only. Go back to the PaaS model, platform as service. Again, here, yes, as a client, you need to maintain the applications, app development and all. But servers and everything again maintaining by Oracle. But here, you are allowed to do little bit more custom personalizations because you are maintaining the application. The platform infrastructure as service, or you can say on-premise model. So here, everything is with you. Entire whatever data you have, it is with you. So you don't have any security issues. But yeah, you are going to spend a lot of money because you need to maintain servers. First, you need to buy servers. You need to maintain servers. You need to maintain applications, database, everything. So initially, 4-5 years back, most of the clients are a little bit hesitating to implement this Oracle Fusion. The reason behind is because of country local law impositions and some sort of what do you call the insecurity towards the application. Because as I said, SaaS model, everything is maintained by Oracle, right? So if I am using, suppose I am a banking client, or I am, yes, I am a banking client. Suppose my company is a XYZ bank. So when I am implementing this software, when I'm implementing is this cloud application, what happens? It is a SaaS model. Everything is maintaining by Oracle, right? So Oracle will maintain the servers, the application center, database center at only one place. Depending on the region. If you look at US region, they will maintain in California or New York somewhere. If you look at India and this way, it is the data center is maintaining in Abu Dhabi. So any client who is implementing in Dubai or India or Sri Lanka or Bangladesh or Pakistan or Qatar, Doha, anywhere. So their database, their data center is established in Abu Dhabi. So all your data is going to store in that data center. So few clients have little bit hesitation, insecure towards the data security. If you look at certain countries, there are a lot of countries where the country legislation, the country law, it says that whatever organizations you have in that country, they should not keep their data outside the country. Let's say I am established, for example, we have our company in India, and our India law says that you should not keep your data outside India when it comes to the India database is concerned. Now, if I implement this, if I implement this Oracle Fusion Cloud, so what happens? Obviously, you all you are getting is your logins and passwords, but your database is there in Oracle is maintaining this database in Abu Dhabi. So your data is there. What about data security? The Oracle is very strong and very confident about data security and data maintenance, that every client has their own fearings, right? So that is one downside of this SaaS model. But yeah, now Oracle says that if they are if they have more client in that region, they are establishing the data center in that particular country only. Let's say now they have already started a data center in India. I'm sure it is in Bangalore or in Gujarat. I'm not sure about exactly location, but yeah, they have started a data center here in India. So whatever implementations happening in India, so their data will be within India only. Okay, so that is the other side of this office. And on-premise, but if you look at data, so emergency point of view, you will not lose any data, right? Any floods happened, anything happened in your organization, any short circuit, whatever things happened, you will not lose your data because your data is not there. Your servers are not there in that. Your servers are somewhere, so your data is safe. Otherwise, coming back to the on-premise model, okay, coming back to the on-premise model, in the on-premise, you are maintaining your database, you are maintaining your application. So your data is pretty much secured because it is within your organization. But what about emergency? If anything happens to the server, so that is another side of your every model has its own pros and cons. So most of the times, most of the client now clients are confident about this product. Now lot of implementations, lot of implementations are happening, and all they are happening in SaaS model only. So this is only for your knowledge purpose. As a consultant, nothing to do with us or what is happening. So now, okay, these are the examples that I have given. You can find these examples anywhere, but it's just a glimpse of these examples. SaaS model, as I said, your Google Apps, your Dropbox, your Cisco, WebEx, Concur, Salesforce, GoToMeeting, all these are all SaaS models. PaaS models, Google App Engine, Apache, OpenShift, all these things. IaaS model, you have Azure, Microsoft Azure, Cisco Metapod, and all, Amazon. Now, Amazon Web Service also not IaaS, so I think it's a SaaS. Now it moved into SaaS. Okay, so this is about your cloud models in Oracle Fusion applications. Okay. So, any questions from anyone before going into our HCM train now. Our HCM till now, whatever we have talked, we talked about general HR, general ERP, and Oracle Fusion applications. That's it. Now we are getting into our actual Fusion HCM. So before getting into that, anyone has any questions? You can speak now. No one. I think you should ask a lot of questions, right? Good. Let's move on. Okay. So now we are here in the Oracle Fusion HCM only. So as we discussed, HCM, we are handling a lot of modules like global HR, which is the employee administration, absence management, which handles your attendance. Yes, someone is speaking. Okay. Payroll, which is salary management, performance management. So all these things are part of your Oracle Fusion human capital management. So Oracle Fusion has offering financial management, HCM management, supply chain, procurement, project portfolio, CRM, lot of other governance and compliance and things like that. So it is offering on top of this, it is also offering a lot of other modules, but our focus is on Oracle Fusion Human Capital Management. Earlier, they used to offer only these modules. It was the initial diagram. Now it is offering more modules. So we are going to talk about anyway all those. Okay. So now in Oracle Fusion HCM, before talking about Oracle HCM, so I just wanted to explain what are we learning here? Who are we here for learning? We are the consultants, right? So what are we learning? We are learning implementation of HCM. For whom? Our clients. So here understand that our company is a service provider or otherwise implementer. Suppose I am working for TCS company, for example. I am a Oracle Fusion HCM consultant. That's what we are learning. That's what this training is all about. So I am a consultant. So where I am working? I am working in a TCS. TCS is my company. I'm getting salary from TCS. And then TCS is called an implementation company. Now TCS is getting projects from other countries. Let's say there is a XYZ company which wants to implement this Fusion application for their employees or organization purpose. So that XYZ company is called client. So what TCS does, TCS sent us to the XYZ company to implement this application. So understand that TCS is an implementation company. XYZ company is a client for whom we are implementing, and we are the consultants or we are the resource. Okay. So who is service provider here? Oracle is the service provider always for our Oracle Fusion application. So keep in mind that because otherwise we have to know who are we, right? Okay, now let's move on to the HCM online training. So Oracle Fusion HCM has different modules as we discussed initially. The modules are global human resource, payroll, absence management, talent management, benefits administration, compensation management. You have recruitment cloud, and you have learning management. You know, a lot of modules are there. So as a part of this training, we are covering global human resource, which is the employee administration, payroll, salary management, and then absence management, talent management. So these things we are covering as a part of this training. Now, if you look at modules wise, yeah, whatever I am talking, they are here. Global human resource, we are talking, we will discuss. Payroll, we are talking, we will discuss. Absence management, and I am covering this part. Okay, global human resource, payroll, absence management, talent management, and then So if you talk about Oracle Fusion, they have different streams like HCM, finance, supply chain management. Now each and every stream we have something called offerings. All these modules are grouped based on offerings. So this is straightforward interview question, or sometimes most of the times you are going to be asked, what are HCM offerings? We have only three offerings. Though I mentioned here four, forget about this one. We have three offerings. One is workforce deployment, workforce development, compensation management. Workforce deployment, workforce development, compensation management. Workforce deployment offering gives me these modules: global HR, global payroll, absence management, time and labor. Uh, uh, Oracle is thinking to come out with another offering with Oracle Workforce Management and keeping these modules inside this offering, but that didn't happen. Still, this offering is called Workforce Deployment, wherein all these modules are in this offering. Another offering is Workforce Development, wherein we have development related modules: talent review, performance management, goal management. Excuse me. Then we have compensation management. Compensation benefits and all comes under compensation management. So anytime we have only three offerings, remember: workforce deployment, workforce development, compensation management. These modules are in this particular offerings. Okay, so this is about our organization, or in Fusion, the organization structures we have. Anyway, don't worry about these terminologies, these definitions, because we are going to talk in detail about each and every organization structure here. But why I mentioned this slide here is you have to use to these words, because from now on, whatever module we are learning, we are going to hear these things every time. You are going to hear enterprise, LDG. Lot of times you are going to hear this LDG word in payroll module. PSU, legal employer or legal entity. These things here and there you are going to hear. So get used to these words. Just remember these words. Anyway, we have a detailed explanation of these things. But for high level, enterprise is nothing but top organization level in the implementation. If I have a client, the enterprise is a topest entity in the organization level. LDG is nothing but legislative data group. The name itself says that. Data group, grouping the data based on legislation. Legislation is nothing but country. India legislation, US legislation, UK legislation, SA legislation, Dubai legislation, XYZ. So LDG is nothing but legislative data group, meaning grouping your data based on legislation. That's what the definition says. That localized payroll, this is LDG is mostly related to your payroll. Localized payroll data partition, otherwise country-wise segregation of your payroll data. Don't worry about these definitions. Again, I'm saying we will talk each and every structure in detail in our actual training sessions. Payroll statutory unit, all your legal entities. Legal employer is nothing but your company. TCS is one company, right? Tech Mahindra is another company. Wipro is another company. Cognizant is another company. So each and every company here is in our Fusion terminology, we call as a legal entity or legal employer. All these terminologies are Fusion terminologies. So what generally you will say, okay, I got a job offer. Which company? You say, okay, I got job offer in Wipro. Wipro is a legal entity, right? So let's talk a different way. So Tata, Tata has a lot of companies, right? Tata has TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. Tata has Tata Motors. Tata also has Tata AIG Life Insurance. So here, every company is a different legal entity. TCS is one legal entity. Tata Motors is another legal entity. Tata AIG Life Insurance is another legal entity. So each and every is a different company. Now, but everything we are talking about Tata, Tata, Tata. What is the Tata? That Tata is nothing but my enterprise. Tata group of companies. That is called my enterprise. Under which you can have multiple companies in multiple countries. You know, Tata has acquired Jaguar. Tata has acquired Land Rover, right? Car making companies. Now, if you talk about Jaguar INC or Jaguar, whatever company it is, that is under a Tata Group. But Jaguar is a legal entity, legal employer. Land Rover, whatever company name it is, it's a legal employer. But they're all under Tata now. So my Tata Group is my enterprise. That's what I'm going to talk in next session, training session. So get used to these words. And anyway, we are going to talk again each and every item separately when it comes to. So I have listed out already certain items here. You see here, I'm going to talk about the global HR, absence, payroll, profile management, goal management, performance management. So we are going to talk about everything. You see, enterprise, legal address, legal entities, PSUs, LDGs in payroll. So we are going to talk in detail about all these things. Don't worry. Okay. Then forget about these comparisons, because this particular slide is for those people who are working in EBS, who already worked in EBS or PeopleSoft. It is just a comparison between PeopleSoft and EBS versus Fusion application. If anyone is from EBS, anyone? Sriram, Vineet, I don't know, 1+5T, Ayappa. Anyone is from any ERP system working? No one? All of you are new to ERP?
Yes.
Okay. Then this slide doesn't make any sense to all of you, because this is basically to give comparison between those PeopleSoft and EBS versus cloud. But if you are not with from there, it's very good, in fact, because there will be no confusion, especially. Okay. Okay, this is my organization structure in Fusion. Highest, I will have enterprise. Like I said in my example, Tata Group. LDG is country-wise. My Tata Group has a company in US and UK and India, for example. So I will have three LDGs: US LDG, UK LDG, India LDG. Payroll, statutory, legal employers are nothing but my companies. These are all my companies. TCS, Tata INC. I'm just giving example. Tata Motors, Jaguar, Land Rover, whatever companies. So this is a high level organization structure for Fusion application. If you take any implementation, this is the structure that you are going to have. You need to configure the structure based on these structures. So we will see anyway. What I am doing in the training is I am going to take one real-time company and then maybe one real-time scenario, and then we will configure the system based on that scenario. That is the style, my training style. So I will take one real-time scenario. Maybe I will take let's say Wipro or TCS or any company, and I will take one country. Maybe I will take one Middle East country, which will be easy for you to understand, and then I will implement that company implementation into that country. That will give a lot of sense, instead of just explaining things, what is enterprise, what is legal entity, what is things like that. So I'm actually going to configure a company in a country with a payroll data, and we will hire employees into the company, and then we will process the employee salary, we will see the payslip, all these things we will do. Okay, so this is a high level interview questions. How many enterprises we can have in any implementations? So blindly you can say in any implementation at any point of time, we can have only one enterprise. Unless and until you have multiple instances. What is instance? I will tell anyway, that later. But any implementation, I will have only one enterprise. How many LDGs we have? What in my implementation, how many number of countries I am implementing, those many number of LDGs. How many legal entities you have in implementation, that is depending on the client. Whatever number of companies they have, those many legal entities we will have. So these are the things that we need to consider in any implementation. So this is about my presentation. So let's move on to application. Just wanted to give idea about how cloud application looks like. You know, it gives you some kind of feel about the cloud application. So before moving into the cloud application, so I want uh, questions from you. So you're not asking any questions really, Vineet, Ayappa. I think you can unmute yourself and talk. Okay, let's move on. We are going to see this application. Okay, this is what our Fusion application looks like. Yeah, and then you will have one. As I said, you will be given user IDs and passwords. That's all. So when you sign in, this is the home page. Yes, again, this home page can be modified, can be changed based on the client requirement. Not necessarily when you log in into the cloud application, this looks like exactly the same way. This is going to be changed based on client requirement. You can actually change the icons. You can actually change this look and feel and all these. Okay, this is what my user login. I have logged in with this user. So whenever you wanted to log in, sign out, you can sign out from here. This is the home page. You know, notifications. This, yeah, application version. I think we are using 20B if I am not wrong. You can check it here. Yeah, we are in still 20A. We are in the release 13, latest release. We are currently in the latest release 13 version, but the update is 20A. Oracle recently giving updates to clients. I think 20B is going to be on 5th June or 7th June, if I'm not wrong. So, but yeah, 20A mostly whatever we have in 20A is going to be carried to 20B. There are no lot of changes in 20B as far as HCM is concerned. But yeah, we are in latest version as because 20B is not updated to all the instances. Even by Oracle, I'm talking. A lot of applications now still we are having in 20A only. Now slowly Oracle is updating to 20B one by one. So we will get updates very soon. What is that question? Who is that one? RUI. Is complete app is in, or it's not an app. I didn't get the question. If you can ask.
This is Sudhir actually. Is this application is in RUI?
What do you mean by RUI?
Mobile related application.
Yeah, I mean, not completely. It's a still web application, but yeah, we have also mobile application.
Okay.
But it is not full-fledged as far as I know. But yeah, most of the HCM modules, yes, they are integrated with the mobile, and then you can access in mobile.
Okay. Because I heard recently Oracle is stopping your classic view and they
yes, responsive use. RUI is responsive user interface.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it is actually stopping. Yeah, even I am hearing, I'm not even hearing. One of my implementations, currently ongoing implementation, they asked us to again give a training in RUI because, as you mentioned, yes, the classic UI is no more. Uh, Even if you implement in classic UI, they are not going to support.
Oh,
They clearly told us from now onwards they are giving support only to responsive UI.
okay.
Because as you said, yes, because why RUI responsive UI is they wanted to go for mobile applications, because the
Okay.
classic UI may not be full what is the alignment issues or synchronization issues with mobile applications. It is not so supportive classic UI, but that's where the our responsive UI comes into the picture. So now you can access easily in mobile.
So are we going to discuss about the customization and personalization as well?
Personalizations, yes, here and there. I will show you the customizations and how to hide these things, how to
Okay.
change these names, how to change the icons, especially when you are in any page. For example, you are on some page. Uh, we don't want one section in the page. Those things and all. I will tell you, but
Okay.
not the complete customization. Those are all completely technical things. But yes,
Okay.
I'm going to cover maybe the data loaders, one data loading part, one small personalization or customization, hiding one section from the page,
Okay.
and changing this look and feel and these backgrounds and all. Things
Okay.
like that we are going to cover. I will
Okay.
cover definitely for sure.
So actually, I joined in the last minute, so I'm not sure whether what all syllabus we discussed. So just I have
It's
a
fine. I think this session is recorded session. I'm
okay.
sure this recording session is going to be shared to all of you.
Oh, fine.
So we will discuss even after our actual training starts. No problem.
So do we have a reports and analytics and a HCM extracts?
I mean, it's not part of this training. It's a technical training.
Okay. Okay.
This is
Got it.
only functional training, but again, as a functional person, we should know these data loaders and all. That's why I'm explaining little bit. I'm not covering again the data loaders. I'm not covering these entire customizations. But yeah, as a functional guys, we should know what is personalization. We should know what is data loader, where to go, how to do it, and all. That part I will cover.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is the look and feel of the application. This is called the navigator you have here. So from here you navigate things. So this is the navigator option. So these things are coming based on roles. These things are restricting based on roles, maybe other terminologies, responsibilities or roles. So when you get a login ID and as soon as you log in into the system, you may not be able to see all these things because your user ID doesn't have all the roles. The corresponding roles will be assigned to you. Only the corresponding things will be shown here. So again, within that you can go you can go inside and you can navigate things like that. We will see when we start our training. We have our own roles for HCM. So we are going to talk about those roles, how many roles we have, and then how many roles are actually for global HR, actually for payroll, for talent management, things like that. So that is one thing. Another thing is we have something called security console. The security console is the place where your entire user management is going to be handled. Otherwise, the role management and also the user management. So creating new users, resetting up, updating or resetting the passwords for the users, assigning roles to the users, or creating new role, copying existing standard role. So all these sort of things are going to be done. I think a little bit slow instance looks like. We'll just give a minute. So yeah, anyway, before while coming this, yeah, where are we? We are talking about roles. Okay, you see here, this is what I'm talking. So here you are going to maintain users, roles. You can create new role. You can copy existing roles. You can go to user accounts. You can search for users. You can create new user account. We will talk about all these things. We will learn how to do that and all. You can set some password setting restrictions. If you look at the banking logins, they will say at least a minimum 5 characters, or some of the passwords are like, you have to have the combination of letters, words, and special characters. And sometimes there will be some validations about some sites saying that you should not use your last previous password. All these sort of things you can configure in this place. So this is a user management. Yeah, I'm just giving some overview about all these things. And then most important thing is this one. As a functional consultant, this is the place, setup and maintenance. This is the place where we spend a lot of time. 90% of our time is going to be spent in this setup and maintenance, right? So this is where we do all our configurations. So I'm talking about offerings, remember? So you have to go actions, go to offerings. This entire thing is called FSM, Functional Setup Manager. So we will talk in next class onwards. We will talk in detail about all these things, but look at that. This application, Oracle Fusion application, has these many offerings. So in these are all offerings are not just related to our HCM. You see, compensation management, I told you, right? Compensation management. And then you have workforce deployment, workforce development. These three offerings are related to our HCM. Remaining all offerings are related to finance, supply chain. I don't know, maybe other. This is supply chain planning, recruitment, candidating, risk management, all other things which I'm not sure about other streams. But our HCM perspective, we have workforce deployment, workforce development, and then compensation management. Recently, I am hearing another offering, but still that is not confirmed. Look at that, recruiting and candidate experience. This is for our Oracle recruitment, but still not much about this. If you go inside that, see again, it is coming like payroll, things like that, but it is still yet to be improved, but still not improved yet. But I'm understanding for now, we have only three offerings. Remember, compensation management, workforce deployment, workforce development. So we will see after we start our training, we will see how to enable global HR, how to enable payroll when we go for implementation, how to enable all these things in these offerings and all, how to enable the offerings for us. You see all these offerings are here again. You see compensation management, and then you have here workforce development, workforce deployment, how to enable these things here. So things like that we will see, how to configure, how to set things, how many things we have here for implementation. All these things we are going to, what is implementation project, why we use implementation project here, things like that we are going to cover as a part of our training. Now we go to home, we can just click on home, it will take you to the home page again, like that. So whatever notifications we get here in the bell icon. Suppose I am a manager, you are reporting to me, you apply leave. So that leave application comes to me. How do I know that? I will be notified here. If I click here, it will show you so-and-so employee has applied leave, waiting for your approval. You want to approve it or not? Approve, reject button will come. We will see all these kind of notifications here. Those notifications will come as a part of this notification bell icon. So yeah, these things, again, as I said, these things are coming based on the roles. Whatever we have here, this is the actual navigation, standard system navigation. This is a quick access. So instead of going here, navigating here, instead of doing that, we are keeping all these things here on this page. So instead of going there directly, I can go to my client groups here. I can start configuring things here. You see my client groups under that absence workforce structures we have here. Same things we have here. You see my client groups. We have absences, workforce structures, mass updates, things like whatever we have here, we can configure here. We can even hide it. I don't need all these things on my on my home page. I wanted to have only whatever I will do very quickly. So it's kind of a quick actions. like in your mobile, you have, if you look at Android phone, you have inside you have app drawbar, and but outside on the home page you will keep your icons, right? Whatever most commonly used icons you are keeping on your home page in your mobile. Same thing here. This is a kind of app draw. All things will be here, but you can just keep whatever frequently you use here. Okay, so this is called your application access. Then you can set up and maintenance. You can sign out from here. So the login name, if you keep here, it will show you what is the login that you used here. Things like that. I can sign out from this application. Okay, so this is what we have as a part of this demo. Anyone has any questions, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we can wind up and then talk to the SSB and please enroll into the class. Then we can start our training. They will inform you when to start, when we are starting this training.
I have a question actually.
Yeah, yes, please.
Is the compensation module, are we going to discuss completely or just a basic what we receive with the global HR license?
No. Compensation is not part of this offering.
Okay.
We are covering only global. Okay, initially I covered all this. We are covering only core HR, which is a global HR, absence management, payroll, talent management, which is part of, which is covering the workforce management, performance management, goal management. So these things are part of this offering. Yes, compensation, maybe check with SSB. Maybe they have different offering, different training offering for that, those modules.
So what access we receive for a vision application is a HR access or end user access or line manager access? Because a few things, even I receive, suppose example, if I receive HR access also, I can't view something in line manager view. And that's why I just want to know, do we get both employee and line manager access or only HR and line manager access? That, just like that, I'm asking.
I'm sure this is that obviously we can use only Oracle demos, right? Demo environment. Yeah. So in demo environment, other than that, we cannot have access because as I said, it's only SaaS applications we are using. So I'm sure you are getting the security console because the demo. So you will get all the accesses. I mean, as soon as you get security console, you can create your own user ID. You can add whatever role you want.
Got it.
So unless or until it is a private instance, maybe in private instance, you may not get the security console access. But yeah, demo access, I don't think that there is an issue to sharing with the security console. You can create your own user accounts, your own roles, your own things.
Okay, so suppose our application, we will be having access for next 3 months. As you said, in June 9th or June 5th, we will be getting a 20B. So is our application also will be update to 20B?
Yes, all the patches will be given by Oracle by default.
Oh, okay.
And not only here, not only training I'm talking, even if you go to real-time implementation, so those patches, 20B or 20C or whatever coming soon patches, Oracle gives some date to the client. They will say, okay, we are updating this from 20A to 20B, and then block it, and then they will update it. We don't need to worry about moving from 20A to 20B or 20B to 20C. Oracle takes care about all these things.
Yeah, exactly. But few, HCM extracts related, they are going to stop in 20B. I'm not sure whether we are going to discuss about those things, and that's why I just thought of checking with you.
Yeah, extracts and all will be covered as a part of technical trainings completely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Here, to again give overall idea, we are covering completely functional configurations about the modules what I have discussed, and yes, technical overview I can give you since you are asking. Okay, I can cover some data load, how to load the data. I will take one data load file.
Yeah, those are required actually speaking.
And then maybe I will cover some one approval transaction, how to configure the approval. Yeah, I can take you to the BI application where reports analytics, how to, how they are going to build a report. Those things I will show you, but we are not actually developing a report because I'm not a technical guy. Okay.
Thanks.
Yes, that's it from my side. So check with the SSB and then they will let us know. Then we can start. We can fix a date and we can start our training from that date. So that's all from my side. Have a great evening and have a great weekend. Thank you all.